Why, hello, thank you for clicking on my video today. Today I am in black and white because I was peer pressured into doing the Bingo of Shame. This is a collab created by DW here, Dub's Beauty Diary, and Andy from Makeup and the Mundane. And essentially they choose a palette or a group of palettes in this case from their palettes of shame. And if you can relate, if you also have those shameful palettes, you are welcome to join it. And this month was the Natasha Denona minis. Now I have two Natasha Denona minis. I have the Alloy and the Jubilee, and I know you cannot tell, but it is a nudie colored one and one that has like pinkies and mint and yellow, and this is what I used to create my bingo. You can't tell, but it came out all right. We were a little worried there, and again, you can't tell, but I think it came out okay. So thank you, Andy. Thank you, DW, for opening this collab for everybody. I hope that when you guys pick your next one that maybe I also have that palette of shame, or I have one that will go with your theme, with the vibe of the palette. Thank you, DW, for pushing me to do this. I really was on the fence because I've never filmed a palette bingo and I've only done one. Get ready with me. But if you would like to see how I created this mystery look, please keep watching. Okay, so I have two. I have the Alloy and I have the Jubilee. These are my only two Natasha Denona minis, so we're going to use these, and I think I'm going to just go number them 1 through 10. And we'll ask Alexa to pick out 5 shades. And hopefully it's nothing crazy, because today is also mine and my husband's 12th anniversary. And I think we're going to dinner tonight, and I really don't want to have to redo my makeup. But we'll see. I love palette bingos, and I've done them, but like in the comfort of my own home, especially like with like the project level ups, to like get like more creative use out of them, especially like level 4s and 5s where like you have to use so much eyeshadow like so many times, especially like those big old palettes. Anyways, let's pick 5 shadows, and hopefully it'll be a nice cohesive look. If not, DW, I'm coming for you. Yeah, all I've done is my skincare, and I did do my like a little bit of shadow in my eyebrows, and I did do like a base, just because I always put like a nudie beigey color as a base for my eyeshadows. Anyways, so 1 through 10, here we go. Alexa, random number between 1 and 10.
Here's a number between 1 and 10. It's 7.
7. So 5, 6, 7. Okay. So this, I've never used this shade. It is Cold Intense. It's very pretty, like blushy color. Okay. Alexa, random number between 1 and 10. Try not
Here's
to
a
get too much
number
glare.
between 1 and 10. It's 6.
6. So still in the Alloy palette. My son is coming. So that it looks like a brownie color, but it's really like kind of has like a mauve-y shift to it. So that'll be like a nice transition. So we're looking pretty pink. Okay, let's go again. Alexa, random number between 1 and 10. So much glare,
Here's a
I'm
number
sorry.
between 1 and 10. It's 5.
5. Okay, so 5 finally comes from the Alloy palette. It's this last one right here. So I do like the Natasha Denona shimmers. Those are the two that I have hit a pan on already. Okay, so it's like a goldy color. We can work with that. Alexa, random number between 1 and 10.
Here's a number between 1 and 10. It's 4.
4. Okay, so 4 is this kind of like reddy brownie color. That'll work really well. Okay, perfect. This is going to be so good. Okay, maybe I'll forgive you, DW, for peer pressuring me to do this. This will look good. Okay, Alexa, random number between 1 and 10. Here's the last one. It's going to throw us a curveball. Watch.
Here's a number between 1 and 10. It's 5.
We already have 5. Alexa, random number between 1 and 10.
Here's a number between 1 and 10. It's 5.
Alexa, random number between 1 and 10.
Here's a number between 1 and 10. It's 2.
2. Okay. So 2 is this darker brown. Oh, now I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, so this is what we're looking like. Sorry, I touched my desk. So obviously the shimmer is going to be going in on the crease. We're going to do this mauve color. I mean, on the lid. This mauve color is going to go in the crease. And ooh, I don't know. Okay, so I think I'm going to do this pink color in the outer crease, this gold on the inner crease. I'm going to put, lid, outer lid, inner lid. We're going to do this one all over the crease. We're going to deepen it with this brown color and then do a liner with this chocolate color. I think that's going to be the game plan. We'll see how this goes. Maybe I'll do transition, crease, outer, liner, lid. I don't know. Let's just see how it goes. So I am blind, so I thought my son was coming again. So I'm going to put my hair back in a clip, and then we will see how this goes. See how this turns out. If this is going to be date night appropriate, DW, and I cannot see. So if I'm squinting, it's because I cannot see. I do have like my mirror that I usually use right here, but I feel like if I'm like here doing stuff, you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing. So I think I'm going to use this little Laura Geller palette so I can go like this and like work and still see. Maybe. I'm so nervous. Why am I so nervous? Why am I the way I am? So, okay. I'm opening up both of the palettes. I have 3 from the nude palette and I have 2 from this, like, I honestly was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get this like aqua color and like have to put it everywhere and it's going to be a mess. But I didn't. It was this bingo was very nice to me. I am putting it out there that this is going to be a good look, but we will see, of course. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this pinky color. And I'm just going to buff that all over. I wish I should have cleaned some brushes. That would have been smart, Dominique. So I'm going to buff that all over my crease. Maybe let me put a little more like of a beige color just as a base because I do it all the time. This isn't cheating. This is part of like my base. Okay, so here we go. So I'm so nervous. Okay, so this is this like pinky color. What did we say it was called? Intense. We're going to put this like blow it out all over the crease. I'm seeing that it's not very pigmented, which I'm kind of surprised by. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay. So, what should we talk about? Today is our anniversary. We've been together for 12 years. So if you do the math, tomorrow is our oldest's 11th birthday. So we spent our very first anniversary in the hospital. We got pregnant with our oldest, Jessie, like 4 months into our relationship, and we were supposed to have her at the end of November. So we would have been together just a little over a year. but we ended up having her, we got induced with her because I had like preeclampsia. We got induced with her on the day before our anniversary. So that was crazy. It was like, we had an OB appointment in the morning. So we went early. We had breakfast together for our anniversary little breakfast. Like everything was great, and literally got like shipped over to the hospital straight from the doctor's office. My blood pressure was high. They were worried about me. Jessie, our daughter, she was fine. She was, doing good still. She wasn't in any kind of distress, but they were worried about me. When preeclampsia is setting in, your organs can shut down. You could your blood pressure can be so high, you could have like a stroke. Like, they were very concerned about me. So they said, sorry, sucker, you are staying. We are having this baby today. So I was like 37 and a half weeks. I was very nervous. I didn't even have my hospital bag packed. Like, my husband literally had to run home and this is that second color. My husband literally had to run home and throw a bag together because we were kept, we weren't going anywhere, and it was rough. So I have nothing to compare naturally going into labor with, because I had 2 inductions and then an induction turned C-section. But I've heard that inductions are more painful just because you're forcing your body to do something that it's not yet ready to do. But I have nothing to compare it to, so I don't know. That's just what was, in our plans for us for having that baby, just how we had to go with it. But yeah, it was very, very scary time. I was in labor for a very long time. It was 26 hours. They were like, you have 30 minutes to push this baby out and get to where you need to be before we have to take you in for a C-section. And I was bound and determined to not have a C-section. So once I got the go, I literally pushed her out in 3 pushes. She made me feel like I was a rock star at pushing, which, joke's on me, because I definitely was not a rock star. Because when my middle child, my rainbow, came, she brought me back to earth real quick, because I pushed for her for an hour and a half. Anyways, I don't know what we're doing tonight. He said we're going to go out to dinner. I don't know if that means just him and I, or us and the kids, because if our kids can't go, we don't go. So I don't know if he's going to arrange for one of our sisters to watch the kids, or if they're going to go with us and we're just going to have a family date, which honestly, I'm totally okay with. But we'll see. It's kind of interesting. Now I'm going to have to wear something that'll go along with these colors. They actually came out pretty good. So I've used 3 of the 5 shades. I have used this one in my, as a transition. I used this mauvey one more in the crease, and I stuck this true ready brown in the outer corner. It honestly isn't that dark, for my liking, for an outer corner. Where did that brush go? I'm a mess. I had a little brush that I like to use for my outer corners, and I cannot find it. I'm also blind, so it could be right in front of me, and I just don't see it, which is so frustrating. And I could have been smart and put glasses on, or contacts in, but I don't like to wear contacts all that often. So we're just going to grab another one. And I think I'm going to go in with that dark shade and deepen it up just a tad more, just because I feel like it's not that deep. You know what I mean? And I'm just barely tapping it. Doesn't that make a difference? Not much, huh? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know where we're going. Usually our go-to is sushi. I don't know. And like I said, my daughter's birthday's tomorrow. So we don't usually do anything too wild and crazy since our daughter's birthday is tomorrow. We did have a wild weekend though. So it was her birthday weekend. So we allowed her for the first time to invite friends from school to her birthday party. So she invited a bunch of little girls and a couple little boys, which I'm okay with, from school to come to her birthday party. We did a lot of work on the backyard, getting everything ready for her party. And there was a huge turnout. We had lots of kids at the house, which was great. I love having kids over. My house was that house that like everyone went to for like some peace and quiet. Well, not quiet, but some peace and less problems and drama than maybe my friend's home life had. You know, my house was a product of divorce, but my grandma was like everyone's grandma. Like everyone called her Nana, everyone knew her. Like you knew if you came over, you were going to get loved on, you were going to get fed, like you were always going to leave with a full heart and a full belly, and I strive to be that person too. And I do know a lot of, you know, just from where we live and stuff, and there's a lot of, we live on a, not rough, but like a more poverty part of town. So a lot of these kids, they kind of struggle and they maybe don't have the best home life. And, you know, if they can come over and get a break or get some peace to them. My house is the loud house, but like peace to them, like why not, you know? So yeah, we had a big turnout. Lots and lots of kids were here. And then actually 6 little girls ended up spending the night with the permission of their parents, obviously. They ended up spending the night, which was fine. But man, did I underestimate, you know, when these kids would get tired. They had been jumping in the bounce house and the trampoline, but they were hopped up on sugar, and they didn't go to sleep until like 3 o'clock in the morning. So, and they woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning. So they only had a few hours of sleep. And needless to say, I didn't sleep very much. So it was a rough weekend. But it was fun nonetheless. It was fun. The kids had a good time. And I love being that mom, you know, like even a couple of her little friends call me mom, call me mama, you know, and I like that. I love that. That's what my grandma was for me and my friends. Like I had a friend in high school who was in a really rough situation at home, and while they were arranging for her to go live with her dad, she stayed with us, and she was here for weeks on end. And, you know, my grandma like just welcomed her in without question. And, you know, you need some place to stay, you need a bed to sleep on, you need a meal in your tummy. Like no one ever got turned away. Like my grandma was just that kind of person, you know. Hopefully I can fill those shoes eventually one day to some capacity, because man, she was great. And everyone like still knows and talks about her. And like I can go to the grocery store and run into somebody who's like, oh, you know, how's your grandma, you know, or oh, I remember this about your grandma. And for the first couple years after she passed away, it was rough because I would see people in town and they would ask me like, oh, what's your grandma up to, or where's your grandma? And I would have to like tell them, you know, oh, she passed away. But luckily she passed away of old age. Well, like diseases that come with old age. And she was able to pass here at home with us, surrounded by us. I remember making that crazy call in the morning to my aunt, her daughter, and my cousins, her grandkids, that, you know, it's happening, you know, you guys need to get here and hang out and say your goodbyes and talk. And It was a wild, wild day. How did we get here? We're talking about grandmas. Okay. Anyways, so this is kind of what we're working with. I don't love it, but, and also I don't really see like all the colors. Like I have that pinky color with that mauve color, and then I deepened it, and then I put that gold, and then I put brown, and then I put that brown, like kind of like a liner on the outside of my lid. Let me finish everything up, and then we will regroup and see how this looks. I'll be back. Okay, so I am back. I finished up my face. I did all of my base makeup and stuff, and then I did go ahead and go in with this like reddy brown color, and I put it on the bottom lash line. And I did also use this pinky color as my blush. I do like how it came out. Like, it looks pretty good. Can you tell all those colors are in there? I don't know if you can or not. I can see the pink. I can't really see the mauve, but I know it's there. I can see the liner a little bit. I can obviously see the gold and that reddy color. So I guess it came out okay. I did pair it with a KAB gloss called Charming. I thought it would look good with that like pinky blushy color. Anyways, thank you for watching my very first palette bingo. Thank you to DW and Andy for creating the bingo of shame. Again, I only had these two, so these are the two that I could pull from, but hopefully, I don't know yet what Andy's gonna pull, but hopefully it'll be another one that maybe I can participate in. Good luck if you are doing this. I think it came out okay. I'm pretty impressed with the bingo selection this time. I gotta go. Bye.